Good evening, all of you. Good evening, all of you. Welcome to Spark Academy YouTube channel. Today, you are viewing this particular YouTube page, live session from Spark Academy's YouTube channel. Yes, we'll wait for a couple of minutes and then start today's session, which is on refraction through prism. Okay. 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 Yeah. So today, this is Anupama, and today we are going to learn about the prism. Okay, refraction through prism. In our last sessions, we have learned about the refraction on the plane surfaces. Like we have seen in yesterday's class or the other day, like how the refraction happens on the plane surfaces and how the light ray deviates its path, forming the angle of incidence and angle of refraction and all that. And we have also learned about the Snell's laws, the critical angle, relation between the refractive index and the critical angle, and we have also seen how this we have also seen how the refraction, how this particular relation between refractive index, velocities, the wavelengths and all can be applicable in finding the solutions on in doing the numericals and all that, right? So in today's session we are going to learn about the refraction through prism. Okay. I hope you all know what is exactly a prism and how does it looks like, isn't it, right? So before we start the session, we have this one, like as you all know, we have Spark Academy offers everyday live sessions. You can watch every day YouTube sessions live, any of the subjects, and this is Spark Academy's YouTube team. You can get all the information about the Spark Academy by downloading the app, and we have different options here. And this is the YouTube team where everyday live sessions according to the timetable which is given here can be available, right? So this is about the Spark Academy YouTube, and as I told you, we have a Spark Academy app. You can just go to the Play Store, type Spark Academy, download the app, and then you have different options, and you will have a link which will be in the description. And if you click on the link, you will go to directly to the different courses which are offered by Spark Academy. You can choose different courses, whatever you want, and then use my code ANU_10 so that you get the discounts which are offered by Spark Academy. Okay. So this is about the Spark Academy introduction or Spark Academy. Those who have joined newly to this YouTube session and those who are very new to this. Chalo, we'll start the session. Like as I told you, today we are going to learn about the prism. Okay. Prism, not only about the prism, we are going to discuss about prism, how does it looks like, and then how refraction pattern takes place in the prism, how will you find out the refractive index of the prism, We are going to learn about the small angled prisms. We are going to learn about combination of the prism, deviation, dispersion, dispersive power, and all that, right? So chalo, we'll start this. And now this is about prism, and prism comes under refraction of light only, and compulsory one problem, usually one problem you'll get from this particular prism, mostly of small angled prisms only. If you can see the earlier question papers of NEET and EAMCET dispersion, they might ask dispersion and the combinations of small angled prisms and all that. So that is what, like, we are going to apply that concept here, like combination of the prisms. Okay, so that we are going to see. I can't give you the weightage of this particular topic in the whole thing, but one problem you can expect one problem in the question paper. Okay, so this is about the prism concept. And now coming to the concept, as I told you, we will first try to learn about the prism, like how does it looks like. Okay, I think you all have the idea of the shape of the prism, like how many triangles, how many rectangles, all that I think you might have learned. But again, we will revise that, and then we will see refraction through the prism, how it happens, and then we will also see the refractive index, finding out the refractive index, derivation of refractive index of the prism. Okay, today we will learn this, and in our next session we will continue with small angled prisms. We will just today will learn up to refractive index of the prism, and then we will see few application if time permits. Otherwise, we will just we will continue with this, because prism is very interesting topic. And then in day-to-day life also, I think you might have seen different types of refractions, where this transparent prism will be there. Usually refraction occurs through the transparent media only, and prism is one example through it. Okay, right. Okay. Now tell me, like, I want few things in the comment box. It's not just I am telling and all that. I want even the response from you. Yesterday, a few people who have attended this, they have responded very nicely. Two or three, I don't exactly remember the names. I remember Navneeta. So you just respond, ask the questions. It's like discussion type. It's not that I just tell. This is not the classroom, right? This is the YouTube live session. Just pass on your comments. That is like, that will be like energy, isn't it, right? Just I don't know, so many are watching. Here I can see many too many numbers, but I don't know, nobody is there in the comment section. Okay, chalo. So prism consists of how many rectangles and how many triangles? Prism is comprised of triangles and rectangles. I think you know this, right? Prism consists of two triangles, like two triangles this side like this, and three rectangles. Three rectangles, one side this here, other side, and the base of the prism, where you can place the prism is the base of the prism. These are the three rectangles and two triangles. Okay, as I can't draw the three-dimensional figure of the prism, I will just draw the one side of the prism where we can see the refraction of light through the prism. Okay, yeah. Yes. Okay, and every side when you are thinking about the refraction, definitely every side. First, we have to draw what? Normal, isn't it? What is the use of normal? You know, normal is nothing but the imaginary line which is 90 degree to the surface. What is the use of it? Is because we will get exact values of i's and r's, right? So yeah, I'll do one thing. I'll just increase the size of the prism so that you can understand the diagram very clearly. Okay. I might not draw exact straight lines, but just imagine these are the straight lines, and yeah, okay, yeah, I could do it. I could draw a triangle somewhere like this, and then this is normal, and this is also normal. Okay, right? Not this is the normal to this surface. This is the normal to this surface, right? Now, whenever a light ray falls on this normal, then this is what you call it as angle of incidence, right? But here this light ray, it is traveling from the rarer medium, means from air to the denser medium, right? From rarer medium to denser medium. So whenever it bends rarer medium to denser medium, light ray travels from rarer medium to denser medium, it bends towards the normal and then falls on this. Sorry, this is the word. Right, and then this light ray should come out. Okay, and whenever it is coming out, it goes away from the normal like this. So let us take this as I1, which is angle of incidence, and I2 is the angle of emergent. I1 is angle of incidence and I2 is angle of emergence. So we have got two angles here. Apart from that, this is the light ray which is bending towards the normal. So this makes an angle here. This is R1 I can write, and this side one is R2. R1 and R2 are the angles of refraction. Done? Fine. Very important thing in the prism, that is this one. This is angle of the prism A. A is the angle of the prism. Always this is the angle of the prism. Means that particular thing describes the angle of the prism. And if A is equals to 60 degrees, then that is equilateral prism. Like that it is. Okay. So the type of the prism depends upon this A. I said small angled prism just now, isn't it? That means the angle of that prism will be less than 7 degrees. So we consider it as small angled prism. So that is how we divide basing on the angle of the prism. Alright. Fine. This is angle of the prism. Done. We have got this. Now, if I extend this I and I1 and I2, somewhere they meet, isn't it? Right? This is all imaginary. Somewhere they meet, and then the angle where they are meeting, we get this one angle which is exterior angle, which is nothing but angle of deviation. I think I told you previously what is angle of deviation, right? Okay. Angle of deviation. And this is I1 minus R1 and this is I2 minus R2. Fine. Now we have got all the angles, whatever necessary angles are there, all I have drawn here. By seeing these angles, now I have to find out the refractive index of the prism. Okay, the refractive index of the prism. How will I find out? As I told you earlier that every material, every concept will have its own refractive index, right? Depending upon the medium, the refractive index changes. So here also the same thing. Prism also will have its own diffractive index. Now we will find out a formula for diffractive index. But before going to that, we have whenever I am drawing these angles, no, we have few what do you call this as few triangles. We have few quadrilateral. We have I'll just name those. Like let us take this as A, this as O I will write, and this as M, and this as N, and this as some P or Q I will write. Fine. So now A M O N, A M like I A M O N is what? Is a quadrilateral, isn't it? So what is that? AMON is a quadrilateral, and in a quadrilateral opposite side, sum of opposite sides is equals to 180 degrees. That means angle A plus angle MON is equals to 180 degrees. Let us take this as 1. Now, from the triangle MON, this one, right? From the triangle MON, sum of all the angles is equals to 180 degrees. That means this is R1, R2 and MON is equals to 180. Now compare 1 and 2. From 1 and 2 what you will get? MON is common in both the sides, both the LHS, and 180 is common among RHS. So I can write angle A is equals to R1 plus R2. Means angle of the prism is equals to sum of the angles of refraction. Right? A is equals to R1 plus R2. Let us take this as 3. Now, from this triangle, which one is this? I'll just change the color. Yeah, choose green. Okay. From this triangle, which one? Are you able to see? I hope you are able to see. This triangle. Okay. M, O, not O. This I wrote as Q, right? M, Q, N. MQN. What do you get? These sum of the interior angles is equals to sum of the exterior angles, right? That means I1 minus R1 plus I2 minus R2 is equals to angle D, that is exterior angle. Okay. So I can write like this. I1 plus I2 minus R1 plus R2 is equals to D. Right? So I1 plus I2 minus R1 plus R2 is equals to D, I can write. Isn't it? Now what is R1 plus R2? R1 plus R2 is A. Right? Okay, so I can write I1 plus I2 minus A is equals to D. Now what we will do is, we will plot a graph. We will choose different angles of I. For different angles of I get different angles of D also. See, from the figure you can see here, for different angles of I, as long as as long as you are changing the I value, deviation value also changes. Now if you plot a graph in between I and D, you get a graph like this. Sorry, you can get like this. The minimum value is called as angle of minimum deviation. DM is the least value, means you are getting a graph like this, and from the graph, if you choose the lowest one, then DM is equals to angle of minimum deviation. Right? At angle of minimum deviation, there are conditions here. At angle of minimum deviation, I1 is equals to I2. R1 is equals to R2. Now what we will do? We will put all these now. Okay? That means I1 is equals to I2 means, if you put these values here, I get 2I minus A is equals to D. DM, not D. Now D is becoming DM, that is we are applying that minimum deviation conditions, right? So 2I is equals to A plus DM by 2, or A plus DM, and I is equals to A plus DM by 2. This is angle of incidence. Okay. Right. At angle of refraction, like R1 is equals to R2, I said. That means A is equals to R1 plus R2 becomes A is equals to 2R. Right? That means R is equals to A by 2. So you got refractive angle of refraction. You got angle of incidence. Now put in Snell's law. From Snell's law, what we have? Mu is equals to sin I by sin R. Sin A by 2. Sin I by sin R. So if you put all these values in Snell's law, you get sin A plus dm by 2 by sin A by 2, which is the refractive index of the prism. Means by using this particular formula, you can just find out the refractive index of the prism. This is not applicable for small angled prisms. We will discuss about small angled prism. Now we are discussing only about the prism. So this is how we find out the refractive index of the prism. But there are a few cases that we will discuss anyway. But before that, let me tell you about the Spark Academy once again. Like, those who have joined new to this class, or the live sessions, we have here the Spark Academy thing. What you have to do to get the benefits of Spark Academy courses, you have to download the app to get the good discounts. Okay. What do you have in the app? In the app, we have free handwritten notes, free study materials, previous year question papers, and free mock tests. Okay. And then in the description, there will be link in the description. As I told you, if you click on to the link, that will that leads to different courses which are offered by Spark Academy. You can choose your own courses which are offered by Spark Academy, and then use my code ANU_10 and get the discounts which are given by Spark Academy. Spark Academy offers long-term courses, crash courses, mock tests, previous year solutions, full-length test, study materials for mains, NEET, EAMCET, IIT Foundation, IELTS, and more. Okay. So we have even the classroom coaching also. The classroom coaching, offline, these are the offline things. Classroom coaching, offline classes. We have short-term coaching from 10 to 4 and regular coaching from 6 to 9, and at both Naranguda and Medipatnam branch. For more details, there are the phone numbers which are given here down. You can just contact the phone numbers for admissions, okay, and get the more information. We have even online coaching too. Online coaching, we have live courses like NEET 2020 online coaching, JEE Mains 2020 online coaching, and EAMCET 2022 online coaching. Right? You can buy it by using my coupon code ANU10 to get the discounts. Right? To buy, the app consists of videos. The recorded videos will be available in the app, and the recorded videos, even if you miss one class, you can go to the other classes. Whenever you have time, you can just refer to the class again and again if you miss the class. Okay, or if you want to revise anything, you can just go to the app, click on the video, that date's video, and watch it again for revision. That facility is there in the Spark Academy app, right? And we also have this assignments which are posted online every day, and then we have test papers for online and offline, and then we have test solutions will be there. Test analysis will be there, and the result will be displayed in the app only. So our methodology is teaching basic concepts, shortcut methods, all model questions, exercise questions, PYQs, chapter wise tests, weekend test, grand test, and test analysis. Okay, all these will be there even in other colleges also, other academies also. But why Spark Academy means we have highly experienced faculty, personalized coaching, process oriented coaching, personal mentoring and doubt clarification, and limited batch size. This is the specialty of Spark Academy. So why late? Just take your phone, download the app, and for more information, the numbers are given down. You can call to that number to get the admission into Spark Academy. As I told you, Spark Academy offers both hybrid coaching, that is classroom coaching and online coaching. So what are the advantages we have here is, obviously hybrid coaching, we have access to classroom. Online coaching, no access obviously. Access to online in both the sessions we have. Books will be available for hybrid coaching, that is classroom coaching. And online coaching, there are no books, but online study material will be available weekly in the form of PDF. Weekly tests will be there for both the sessions. Grand tests will be there for both the sessions. Doubt clarification will be there for both the sessions. But the thing is, doubt clarification in person will be there for classroom, and online coaching, it's only online method. Obviously, you know that, right? So this is about the Spark Academy's YouTube, Spark Academy's session and different courses which are offered by Spark Academy. Right, let us come back to the refractive index of the prism. Okay, we got the formula here, refractive index of the prism, isn't it, right? One second. Yeah. So we are discussing about the refractive index of the prism, that is mu is equals to sin A plus dm by 2 by sin A by 2. That is what we have got here. We will do few problems which are related to this particular formula, and we'll discuss it, and then if time permits, we will also discuss different cases of this, and then go to small angle prism in our next session. Okay. Yeah. Yes, we will have a few problems related to the prism. Yeah, sorry, there was some noise was coming from there, so I just closed the door. Sorry, sorry for the interruption. Yes, we will solve few problems on this. Ah, yeah. Navneeta, are you there? If the angle of the prism is 60 degrees, Navneeta, are you there? Who else are there? Just raise your hands. Let me see if I know anyone. Respond. Angle of the prism is 60 degrees and angle of minimum deviation is 40 degrees. See, nobody is responding. Are you responding? Navneeta, are you there? Prakash? So this is what he gave. Angle of the prism is 60 degrees. Angle of deviation is 40 degrees. Minimum deviation is 40 degrees. Then angle of refraction R we need to find out. Very simple. Can anyone tell me? How do you find out R if A is given? First, how do you find out R if A is given? A is given, angle of the prism is given. How do you find out R? I hope this at least you can tell. Are you able to hear me? Yeah. If A is given, then R can be found out by R is equals to A by 2. That is 60 by 2. No need of deviation also. But with minimum deviation, he gave R, but we'll do one thing. We'll also find out I value. Okay? We'll see. This is 30 degrees, right? We'll also find out I. He didn't ask, but still we'll find out. What is the formula here? I is equals to A plus dm by 2. Isn't it? So, A is what? 60 plus dm is 40 by 2. That is 100 by 2. that is 50 degrees, isn't it? Like this you can find out I mean I value, and you can also find out R value, right? So this is about finding out the refraction when angle of the prism is given. I hope this is clear. Right, we'll do one more problem. A ray of light takes grazing incidence on the first face of the prism and the emergent ray is normal on the second face, to the second face. Means on the first face it is grazing incidence, means it is like this, like yeah, these are the normals. Grazing incidence means the incident ray will be like this, and then from the second phase this is going to the normal. I hope this is clear, right? According to the figure given, if D is the angle of deviation, then the diffracting angle we have to find out A value. Refracting angle means like angle of the prism we have to find out. Okay, if D is angle of angle of deviation, then A is equals to what? We have to find out A value, right? That is I1 is equals to 90, I2 is equals to 0, because this is 90, right, and this is 0. I think you understood this. Like once we draw the figure, we will know actually exactly how it will be and all that, right? I1 is 90 from this and I2 is 0. We have to find out A value. Did he give a D here? He didn't give. But the thing is, D we can find out first. D is equals to I1 plus I2 minus A. Right? This is 90 plus 0. D is equals to 90 minus A. Or we have to find out A, right? A is equals to 90 plus D. That's it. This is what it is. Means in terms of D only we will get. Right? In terms of D only we will get the answer. Okay. So this is about finding out the angle of the prism. We will do one more thing and then we'll see how it goes. Yeah. But these people are not commenting only. You can respond. That's what I said, right? Respond through the YouTube sessions so that your responses boost us. The refractive index of the substance of an equilateral prism is √3. Then the angle of minimum deviation me what? Equilateral prism. Meaning angle of the prism is what? Angle of minimum deviation is equals to dash. Now tell me, this is an equilateral prism. That means angle of the prism is what? Angle of the prism is 60 degrees. And what we need to find out? We need to find out the value and the refractive index mu is equals to root 3. Fine. We have mu is equals to sine a plus dm by 2 by sine a by 2. That is root 3 is equals to sine a plus dm by 2, that is 60 plus d by 2 dm by 2 by sine 60 by 2 is sine 30, that is 1 by 2. Directly I am writing. Okay, this is 1 by 2. This 1 by 2 comes this side, it will be root 3 by 2 is equals to sine 60 plus dm by 2. I think by now you got an idea. This sine goes that side. It will be sine inverse of root 3 by 2. Sine inverse of root 3 by 2 how much? 60. I'm directly writing here 60. 60 is equals to 60 plus dm by 2. This 2 comes this side, it will be 120. 120 minus 60 is 60 and dm is nothing but 60 degrees. So in this way we find out the angle of minimum deviation, right? So this is how we'll find out the angle of minimum deviation or refractive index or angles of incidence, angles of refractions and all for different prisms, different angles of prisms, right? So this is about the prism and refractive index of the prism. As I told you, in continuation with this, we have small angled prisms and combination of two small angled prisms. That we will continue in our next session. But before that, I ask you, like, this is how we solve. There are n number of problems. If you have any doubts or any doubt in any problem, you can just write in the comment box down, ask your problem. And then immediately I'll respond with a solution. Okay, or if you did not understand any of the concepts what we have discussed today, you can ask in the comment box. I will again explain it in our next session. Okay, so this is about the refractive index of the prism, and again I tell you, you are viewing this particular YouTube session from the Spark Academy YouTube channel, right? Spark Academy YouTube channel has Instagram page, Telegram page. This is our Telegram link. Just join in the Telegram so that we can have lot of discussion about the different topics related to maths, physics and chemistry. Yeah, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel also by pressing the bell icon for notifications. And then these are the lecturers who are teaching the physics, math and chemistry, and these are the results what we got in our last classes. This is the EAMCET result, TS EAMCET result last year 2021. You can see how they are increasing, the number qualified, selected, gradually it is increasing. And these are our NEET results. NEET results also, we have got good number of NEET seats, MBBS seats in our last sessions, right? You can see here. So subscribe to our YouTube channel, join to our Telegram Telegram page, and then join in any of the courses which are offered by Spark Academy for better results and definite placements. And if you have any doubt or you have any queries regarding the admissions, you can call to those phone numbers which are given in the page, right? Thank you all, and we will continue this session with a new topic in our next class. Thank you all. Good evening.